Hello everyone. Okay, so excited. Do you see this stamp set? I helped make that stamp set. This is the Boy Mom stamp set. It is a collaboration between myself and Ink Red Stamps, and it is stunning. It's gorgeous. Where are my Boy Moms at? It is a 6x8 stamp set, and it has all kinds of fun sayings, and it's nice and big. Like, you can see how big this stamp set is. So it is going to work fabulously on scrapbook pages. So for the next 4 days, I'm going to be sharing with you 4 layouts using this stamp set. And we're going to start with this one. I'm going to pair some of the stamps from the stamp set with my Clique Kits Gather collection. I'm going to start my layout off with some basil cardstock in marshmallow and this gorgeous coffee stencil from Vicki Boutin, and I'm going to put some distress oxide in vintage photo and create a little border or just some coffee staining onto my layout. So this stamp set, you guys, it's for moms of boys. So it's not just for scrapbooking your boys, but it's for scrapbooking you as their mother. And we're going to do that today. What we're going to do is we're going to scrapbook a photo of me. Well, actually, my coffee. And yeah, it's so much fun. I'm so excited and happy about it. You can pre-order this stamp set at the Ink Road Stamp Shop, and I will leave my referral code and a little discount code down below so you can save 10% off. And it's just the stamp set, you guys. I'm so excited. I had so much fun making it. I was so happy to sit down and create with it, and yeah, I really hope I get to do it again because it was really, really, really fun. So I am going to start off by using this large coffee cup. It's a stamp that it looks like it's a solid stamp, so it's perfect for stamping in a solid color or heat embossing, which is what we're going to do with it. I am stamping it onto just some white cardstock, and we're going to heat emboss this. So it's a large coffee cup, and it says Boy Mom Fuel. Perfect. And so I'm going to stamp it. I think I stamp it twice with my Altenew embossing ink, which is my favorite embossing ink. It's fabulous. And I'm going to stamp it twice so I get a really nice layer of embossing ink onto my stamp. And then I'm going to stamp it using some Golden Peach Altenew embossing powder. This Golden Peach Altenew embossing powder is like one of my very favorite colors because it's called Golden Peach, but to be perfectly honest, it's like what I imagine rose gold should look like, right? You know what I'm talking about. So it's shimmery and shiny and beautiful. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat emboss my coffee mug, and I'm going to heat emboss it from the top and from the bottom so we don't warp too much. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm also going to heat emboss one of the sayings from the stamp set onto this card. So my products beyond the stamp set are my Clique Kits Gather kit, and this is a piece of ephemera from the die cut pack that comes in the main kit. So this is just using the main Gather kit from Clique Kits, because when I did this layout, I still had not received my color kit or my Traveler's Notebook kit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same thing, same procedure. I'm going to stamp it with my Altenew embossing pad a couple of times, and then I'm going to heat emboss it using the Golden Peach heat embossing powder. And the stamp that I am putting onto this little card says, I run on coffee and chaos. Yes. So same thing again, just heating that up till everything is nice and melty and set. And I'm heating it from the back and from the top, which will give it a nice smooth embossing, and it will also keep it from warping too much. So there is my 2 stamped pieces. I'm going to fussy cut my coffee cup and clean up my area, and then we're going to go ahead and get started on the rest of the layout. So now I have all of my elements from the stamp set ready to go, and I did use an X-Acto knife to get the middle part of the coffee mug cut out, and it worked really, really well. It was very easy to do. So here are my pieces from the Gather collection, and I'm going to use that gorgeous paper. And then the kit comes with this corrugated paper, which I'm also going to use. So I'm just going to keep this layout really, really kind of simple and fun. I went with kind of a go-to design for me. I have a couple that I use quite often, and this is one of them. So I just decided that I wanted to showcase the products, and I kept my design to something simple that I could use easily. So I'm cutting a piece of 3-inch paper from this particular pattern, and I'm just going to do like an L-shaped design. I'm going to cut some I'm going to cut my paper down. I'm going to cut all my paper down. So these are the patterns I chose, and I know my photo's 3x3, so I'm just cutting patterns at like 4x4, 4.5x4.5, just somewhere in there. It doesn't have to be exact or anything, just go for it. And then I know that I want to use this black and white journaling spot that's on the cut apart sheet for the journaling for my layout, because this layout will have a little bit of journaling on it. There is a story, there's something I want to say about this photo and what we were doing then. So, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut my corrugated paper as well. So I'm going ahead and I am tearing the edge of this corrugated paper because I feel like it looks a lot like the coffee insulators. And I'm going to go ahead and take this is vintage photo, but this is just the distress ink, not the distress oxide. So I'm going to use that on the edges just to ink it up and give it that like coffee feel. And then I'm going to take that triangle pattern paper and I'm going to take that coffee, like the corrugated. How do you say that correctly? I don't know. I probably say it weird, sorry. And I'm going to line them up just like that. I'm going to put some fun foam on the back of that triangle paper because I want to pop it up so that they are at the same height as the corrugated paper. And I'm going to put the corrugated paper underneath the triangle paper. And can a video have the word corrugated in it more than I just said it? I don't think so. So I have that anchoring line going down now. Here's my photo and those big like hunks of paper I cut. And I'm just going to kind of move them around a little bit and decide where I want it. So I pretty quickly decide that that beautiful blush pink paper matches my embossed piece perfectly, which is kind of totally cool, but also means that the Boy Mom embellishment has to be against that darker paper because it matches. It kind of gets hidden because it matches the color of that stripy paper just perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and ink these up and figure out where I want to put them, get them down. I'm going to use some fun foam. Here's the fun foam. Just a little bit here just to make sure that we get that lift. So this layout does have a lot of dimension and a lot of lift on it just because it just worked out that way, I guess, because of the paper that I've already said like 15 times what it is. And you don't need to hear me like slaughter that word again. No slaughtering the word. So here we go. I am using, so my fun foam has adhesive on it already, and generally I put the adhesive to the back of whatever I'm trying to lift up and then use Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to stick it to my layout. So my head's going to get in here for a minute and I'm just going to get these papers layered up exactly the way I want them, and then we'll move on to the next part of our layout. So I'm going to use some of these stickers on this layout. I know that I want to add a little cluster up at the bottom, up at the top, right, which is why I put those little coffee stains up there. And I also need some more contrast of that cup. So I took this sticker, cut it in half, and I'm going to use the top little piece, the scallop piece that you see at the top. I stuck it to my media mat, and that's going to come into play later on. And I'm going to use that bottom piece just to give the cup some definition, get there to be something between the cup and that paper that it matches to perfectly. And now I'm going to go ahead and I have my journaling that I want to do on my phone. So I'm going to look my journaling up on my phone so I get it right, and then I'm going to write it onto that journaling spot. And now I'm going to attach that little card. And what I'm going to find is that I didn't leave myself enough room. So I'm going to end up pulling the journaling off and kind of pushing everything up a bit, which is totally fine because I'm not doing straight edges here. Everything is going to be kind of at a slight angle and wonky, so it's all good. And now I can add that little piece that I wanted to that says I run on coffee and chaos. And there's my journaling. So my journaling is about this photo was taken the day my son did his senior pictures. And my oldest son does not like his pictures taken. And before we went to get his pictures taken, we had to go get his hair cut and styled, so he looked nice in the pictures, and it was craziness. So I needed coffee. So we stopped at Starbucks, and I snapped this photo while I was waiting for him to get his hair cut because it was a crazy day. So I'm going to use lots of little stickers from this collection. There were these adorable little coffee cups that I thought were just perfect for this layout. And so I'm going to kind of put those around and use them as clustering pieces. So this layout is about me and about me being a boy mom and the things that I have to do, like get Starbucks to survive my son's senior pictures, right? And I love that. I love that part about the stamp set, that it is for your boys, and you can use it on pictures of your boys, which I will show you tomorrow, but it can also be for you, which is awesome. So I'm going to add this sticker and some little pieces from the sticker sheet. I ended up making this particular layout kind of sticker heavy just because they were working. So initially I had put this sticker up there. It says start somewhere, which I thought was perfect because, yeah, let's start with coffee. But I'm going to change it up in a second because I remember something that was in the Gather kit that I hadn't used yet that I thought would work perfectly for this layout. So I remembered in the Gather kit that there were these wooden framed sayings, and one of the wooden framed sayings said, enjoy the little things, which, perfection. I liked that so much better than the sticker, so I'm going to pull the sticker up and put the sticker back onto the sticker sheet to use on another collection or another project, and I'm going to use that little framed image that says enjoy the little things because it adds a little more weight up there. It added just that little bit more weight that little corner needed so that your eye kind of can move around to everything. And I think this is going to complete this layout. I'm just going to ink up the edges with some vintage photo distress ink, and we'll call this one done. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thanks for putting up with my crazy, language and wording and things like that. And the fact that I can't really say corrugated, right? And if you'd like to pre-order this stamp set, you can. Today is Tuesday. This video will go live Thursday. If you head on over to the store, you can pre-order the stamp set. If not, if it is sold out, Laura, she always restocks, so you will have another opportunity at this stamp set. So go ahead and hit the like button so you don't lose this these sets of 4 videos. You can have them to refer to when you need some ideas. And I hope you all will run over to Ink Road and get my stamp set, and I would love to see what you do with it. Thank you so much for stopping by today. See you later.